We're doing a DJ competition over the last, well, about 2 weeks.
Yes,
yeah?
2 weeks.
Tell me a bit about that. Because I know later on in the show, in a bit, I'm going to be talking to the person who won on the Run app.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about that competition.
It was an interesting competition. First of all, I didn't think that there was that much
DJ talent.
DJ talent out
Yeah,
there.
I know you're always complaining. Where are all the Christian DJs, man? Yeah. We're like 4 people in this industry. But
also, I think that it was good for the exposure.
Yeah.
We could understand, we could know, we could be able to see what exactly is out there.
Yeah.
And also for some of us who have been in this for a while, we can now be like, oh,
we can now retire.
Time to pull up the socks.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, oh, time to retire.
I watched Hugh Masekela on Friday.
Oh yeah.
And at 75 years old, he was still pulling moves.
He was still bringing the show.
So I'm like, no, I'm not retiring from this one.
It's on your time to retire.
It's not.
Tell me about other than finding
the talent.
Tell me about the competition. Like for starters, let me ask you a question that no one ever asks.
Yeah.
Did your favorite win?
No.
Okay.
No.
Why?
No. I don't know. I wasn't there for the final.
All right.
Because I had to do. We had to run around with the person that I work with.
All right.
As the extra gig for DJing.
Yeah.
So I was busy that day, and so I could not be able to.
So your favorite day? What? Before we go into I'm sure you watched a lot of DJs. Going through the whole competition. What lesson? What word? What lesson? That's the only word I can use. Can you give to people who are trying to get into DJing right now?
First and foremost, get yourself exposed. Like there were lots of guys that probably would do well,
yeah, but
they didn't have the music at all. I don't understand why, but when you're going into an industry, you need to know what you're doing. Like, say, if you're going to sing, you need to have a good voice.
Okay.
If you're going to DJ, you must have the music.
All right.
There were guys that didn't have the music, and it was sad, because then I'm like...
I'm sorry, DJing, your profession is the music.
Yes, so you must have to collect it.
Yeah.
That's one of the first things you have to collect. The second thing is, try and get yourself exposed. I know that we are not many gospel DJs, but there are lots of DJs.
Yeah.
There are lots of DJs, there's lots of hardware, there's lots of software, there's lots of people that can give you tips on how to DJ and just to harness your talent. And that's something that some of the guys came out and they were not ready at all.
Okay.
And I'm like, it's time, you're going, it's like going for an exam and you did not read.
Yeah. But are you excited about what the gospel DJ industry has to hold?
Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited because that means that there's growth. And with growth means that there's more opportunities, means that that we can be able to create more avenues for outlet and things like that. So,
all right.
Yeah.
So I want to introduce you to a couple of DJs that you need to support over the next couple of, years.
Yes.
Because they're going to be here for a long time. And Tony's talking about how Hugh Masekela is 75 and he's still going. And we have Mwonge Conqueror DJ, Simon Peter. Yeah. A lot of names, man.
No, it's just DJ Conqueror.
DJ Conqueror, the overall winner for the DJ competition. Yeah. And we have Ephraim, DJ Rhymes. I've heard this name before though. And let's start with you because we need to talk to the winner last. Let's start with you for a bit.
Okay.
Tell me about how you got into this whole DJing thing.
Well, it started way back when I was in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to like music. I used to like mixing songs. I used to like making people happy. Actually, in my high school, I used to be a DJ.
All right.
Yeah, but
so you were the guy that used to call for functions, eh?
Yeah, when there was like a school concert, something talent show, I was that guy who they used to come and say, "Come and play the music."
So were you a Christian in your high school, though?
Yeah, I was a Christian in my high school.
So when they'd ask you to play the music and they'll tell you, want this random jam at a talent show.
Actually, I was privileged to be in a Christian school, so it was more of Christian-based. So the music was mostly Christian.
Okay.
Yeah, so most of the concerts which were there were Christian-based. So actually started down from the roots as Christian music. Yeah, so that's how I started, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about the DJ competition. What was your experience? For starters, did you like that guy over there, that DJ? Tony, was he a fair judge? Okay, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Tell me a bit about tell me a bit about the DJ competition.
The DJ competition was good. It was good exposure. I actually loved it. Actually liked the fact that I got to know that there were actually many other DJs
I don't
out
know,
there.
why is it that Christian DJs think that they're always like the only ones in the industry though?
Yeah, I think it's because there are few DJs in the industry. When you talk about gospel DJing, you
Yes.
hear about Tonjix, you hear about maybe Steph, some
Yeah. DJs
at Power FM and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so run up. I'll be talking to you about your plans for a bit, but let me talk to Conqueror, DJ Conqueror or Conqueror DJ?
DJ Conqueror.
DJ Conqueror, okay. Just tell me a bit about how you got into DJing.
Well, basically, it was early in my primary when I was still playing music using PC DJ Red when I had those huge
You're young,
desktop
man.
computers and
In my primary, we were playing music using tapes and Discman.
That's too bad.
And I know Twinjix will tell you he's good to DJ. At Twinjix, the first time I saw Twinjix DJ, he carried his all PC, his old computer and his desktop, and he went and he was DJing using CDs. No, it was interesting. But yeah, you're saying?
Yeah, so from there I went on advancing. We got new softwares like Virtual DJ.
Yeah.
But then I was still a secular DJ doing secular music.
Okay.
But thanks to my mom for the encouragement, and so I got in again.
Tell me your transition, because it's interesting. What was your turning point for you to meet Jesus?
The turning point is exactly that point when I received Jesus as my savior. So I had to switch from the secular music to the gospel music because the two can't mix.
Yeah.
The two can't
a lot of people, things happen in their lives. Someone dies. Someone, I don't know. They're normally really weird stories of how people decide, you know what, I need to get saved. But what was yours?
Well, basically it wasn't my effort. I was a bit hesitant about the whole getting Jesus Christ as my savior thing.
Yeah.
But my mom was always insisting on getting saved because she has been saved for quite a long time.
Yeah.
So through the effort, I was able to receive Jesus as my savior, and from there I had to switch. I had to make an effort, to support the gospel industry and try to make it through.
And I'm going to ask a very controversial question, because a lot of DJs don't want to talk about this. But what do you think about gospel music, especially the local gospel music? I know international guys are doing pretty well. We've had Mali Music being nominated for Grammys and Lecrae winning a couple, and there are a couple who are growing. But what do you think about the gospel music? You as DJs, people who play the music and think about the music, what do you think about the gospel music industry in this country right now?
I'm actually glad that now the gospel music industry in Uganda is picking up. There are a lot of guys singing songs and new music coming out. Way back, it was just a few people who used to sing, a few people we used to know, so we used to be limited on actually the music to play from Uganda. So mostly you'd hear about Kirk Franklin, those guys, Papa San. That was the music which used to be like rocking.
Yeah.
But these days, I'm glad that we have new musicians in Uganda. So the scope of music which is there now is a bit wide. So it actually gives us a chance to keep playing like different music. You don't have to keep like repeating the songs so that people like get bored and stuff like that. Yeah, but I'm glad that it's actually expanding. There are people singing and new gospel musicians actually coming up of late.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think the local gospel music is coming up. Yeah, it's been a while, but from the little music I've heard, I believe we are going from one level to another. And
Okay.
I believe within the next coming 5 years, the local gospel music industry is going to be wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, DJ Rhymes, yeah, I hope I got that right. You are runner-up in the competition. What plans, now that, people know your name, what plans for the future? What do you hope to do? Do you plan to get into DJing full-time, or it's just a hobby that you're doing on the side? You think, what, I'll go be an accountant, and later, some days I'll DJ.
Yeah, I actually love DJing. It's something that I really treasure a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if given a chance, I'm actually going to stick to that because I really love it a lot. It's something that I do and actually feel like, it's actually bringing me satisfaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's something that I love doing.
So let me ask, and this is strange, but why DJing? A lot of people could have chosen a lot of other things. You know, you could have chosen to go and be an usher, or you know, to go seriously. And yeah, what is it about DJing that helps you tell people about Jesus? I mean, how a lot of people just assume, you know, just go play music and make people happy. What is it about DJing that helps you show people about Jesus?
The fact that music actually touches a lot of people, and in a good way. It's an interesting way to actually speak to people. It's an interesting way. It's not like you just talk to someone. Through music, you can actually get to dance. You can actually get to sing, and yeah, it's an interesting way to actually put a message through. So through DJing, I actually get to speak to people in an interesting way. People will dance to the music, listen to the message in the music, and they won't get bored. Don't get bored.
So other things in church are boring.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, I'm just kidding. But DJ Conqueror, you won the competition.
Yeah.
You're right now, you know, a couple of people know who you are.
Yeah.
What plans for the future? What do you hope to do? Or is it just something you did, you know, where can DJ win a competition, then you're going to go back and live the rest of your life?
No, well, for the future, I'm expecting to buy some equipment. You know, I really want to push my thing.
Okay.
But for now, I'm concentrating on my books since I'm still in school.
Okay.
First want to get done with my school and then head on to the...
So what I know this DJ competition was in universities. What university do you go to?
I go to Sikkim Manipal University.
All right, and Ephraim?
I'm in Uganda Christian University.
Ah, UCU.
Yeah.
All right. So on the show today, it's Mother's Day, by the way, just in case you forgot. And the show we're doing an interesting segment called "Lessons from My Mother." Yeah. And what are those things that your mothers taught you that you know keep ringing in your head, or that have helped you get through life? We'll start with
one thing that I actually remember is an incident where I was trying to pursue something, even this very same DJing career, which I'm actually trying to pursue.
Yeah.
My mom keeps telling me, she kept on telling me, if you like what you're doing, if you have the passion for what you're doing, don't stop, go for it.
That's a cool mom. She doesn't tell you to go be a lawyer.
No, she didn't.
No, okay.
She didn't. She told me, if you love what you're doing,
yeah,
go for it. Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it, pray about it, and pursue it.
All right.
Yeah.
Conquer DJ.
Well, my mom has given me lots of stuff, but I'll be specific on one thing. This is just one time. She was talking to me and she told me, you know what, Peter, you need to receive Jesus as your Lord and Savior. So to me, whenever I ponder on that thing, I'm like, yeah, she really gave me a good thing. So receiving Jesus as my Savior has opened up very many doors for me.
Okay.
And I should say it's one of the best things she has ever told me.
Wow. That's well, on the show you can be able to share with us lessons from your mother. Hashtag is lessons from my mother on Twitter and on Facebook. You can get in touch with us on NTV_JXP on Twitter and NTVJXP on Facebook. Share with us those things that your mother has told you and that has told you. I know for me, my mom, she used to talk to me about Jeremiah 29:11 all the time. You know, I know that God knows the plans He has for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. And it has stayed with me all my life. But is there anything that you would like, because we're about to wrap this up, is there anything that you would like to say to young DJs or young musicians or whatever, young Christians out there?
To all those Christians out there, I would like to say, one, pray about whatever you do, whatever you're planning on doing, whatever your plans are, pray about it, pursue it, and don't give up. Don't give up on what you're doing. If you really love what you're doing, go for it with one heart. Yeah.
Conquer.
Well, to the upcoming DJs, I only say, if you have the passion for music, get the music, and especially for the gospel guys, get the music and master, practice, and I believe with practice you'll make it, because gone are the days when they used to say gospel music was boring, but these days you can really kill it with some very nice music.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us in the show. Congratulations on your win. Hopefully, we can't get to hear a DJ today, but hopefully we'll get you guys back on the show. and have you guys, you know, on the decks and listen to what you have to do. Of course, if you'd like to get in touch with us, NTV_GXP is the Twitter handle. NTV_GXP is the Facebook address. If you'd like to get in touch, just share with us lessons from your mother. We'll get into a break. When we come back, some more DJ Twonjex, and of course, we'll be talking to a couple more people here on NTV_GXP. My name is David. Good morning.